Hi guys, good to see you today. Welcome back to the Marticus channel. I'm your host today, Marticus Van Cleef, named after one of my top 3 cowboys in the movies. Good to see you today. Thanks for being here. It's a bit different today. We're going to have a good talk today, and I'm going to hopefully help by my shared years of doing much everything really in this realm, traveling most places and doing most things and partaking upon the realm is what I've been doing my entire life. So I'm going to share what I have learned on my spiritual journey, if you want to call it that. It's been psyoped a lot, hasn't it, to turn it into marketing to make money for them. But in the real context, something is happening, okay, guys, and it's happening all across the realm. And it's what they call a spiritual awakening, some sort of awakening, or a shift in consciousness is undergoing. And millions of people are getting this same experience as what I'm getting, which I'm going to share with you, and plenty of other people as well. I'm sure you guys. And it is literally a magical experience. It's hard to even explain. So it started here. I had Geezer, local chap, come up to me and my son Lawrence the other day over the field. And he said, we were like 2 bright beacons of light. He said, I've seen you all miles away. So I had to come over and say that I got no one to talk to, and my mates think that I'm nuts because my third eye is opened and I'm now in a 3.0 reality. Magical shit keeps happening to me, like synchronicities, number synchronicities, precognition, knowing, like getting tipped off by what he thinks is angels, and who even knows. I think there's something exterior at play. I really do. From my own personal experience, which I'll cover a bit of, some of my early spiritual awakening, which happened as a small child. Actually, I had a profound spiritual experience which changed everything from that moment on. I mean, whatever I tried to do to remember and recall that event, all I can remember was going up these steps of the beach into a completely different realm. I went down them steps a really unhappy child, thinking, fuck you all royally, is what I was thinking. When I came up them steps, I was a brand spanking new human being. And I looked around and I was like, I'm in a different world. I'm in a completely different world. I was just blown away by that. And it's happened since as well. These what you would call mystical experiences, spiritual, mystical experiences is what I call them, mystical. And they are real. And I would never, ever deny it. I would never, ever deny anybody else's mystical experiences as well. And the journey, the spiritual journey that is ongoing, and trying to make sense of it, guys. Because this is what my friend the other day said. He was just trying to make sense of it all. He's like, I can't talk to my friends. He said, it's like a breath of fresh air being able to even speak to you about it. I was like, don't worry. This has been ongoing for me since for so long now, decades. It's just crazy. But you're on the right path. And you're doing the right thing, yeah? And it's all about truth, you know? At the end of the day, it's all about truth and being good people. And he was like, yeah. So that was quite encouraging to think that, you know, younger people are thinking in these ways and waking up, you know, and not to, like, you know, the mind control. What I think has happened, I think that this is all this weirdness and distraction in the world, which they create. Is to stem the flow of this awakening that's happening worldwide. I really do think it is. All of the fuckery is to try and stem the flow, because it is happening, okay? It is happening. And it's going to blow the fucking doors off it all, guys. Governments, they got to fucking go. You know, this is a completely different realm this week than the last week. I've been here for 8 days, but we had a different prime minister in Britain. And now there's a completely new one. They just shit out of nowhere. It's just really, really weird. And other changes as well. I really don't think the realm today is even the same realm as yesterday. I think quantum jumping is increasing as we get more proficient in these superhuman abilities. And, you know, I've been living with synchronicity and all of the weirdness that comes, the magical things that have been happening. I've just been riding it. I see it. I don't like, you know, sit in a chair flattened by thinking, wow, where the fuck did that just come from? It's an angel. I just carry on going with it. I realized that this is real. This is really happening. It's my own personal experience. I don't have to tell anybody about it. I don't have to say, you wouldn't believe this, but I just had this really amazing magical experience, because it wouldn't make any difference to them, because A, it's not their experience, and to them it's like, yeah, whatever, nut job, really. So that's where we're at, and it gives you then things like isolation, isn't it? You find it difficult to talk to people in the normal world. It is sort of derogatory to say NPCs, but at this stage of the game, I'm wondering whether they got any soul at all. I'm wondering where they get clothed. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's just like churned out of this new factory assembled blob plant. And then they just like slide these really shitty clothes on them from Idiocracy movie. And then off they go, munching, shitting, reproducing. It's really horrible. It really is horrible. So what we're going to be talking about, it's not about me. I've got my own philosophy. At this stage of the game, I really just don't know, guys. Okay, I'm going in the frame of mind that all is mind. Okay, and there possibly isn't actually an exterior world. I really do think that this is hell realm. Okay, guys, that it feels like being alive, and I really do think that this is a schoolroom where we are learning through lessons and mistakes. We all make mistakes. Some of us make really big mistakes, but hopefully we learn by them and don't repeat them. This is why it's called a mistake, because you can do it again and get another chance. Yeah. But there's these weird parameters that they've put down on us. Now, I'm not just talking about authority. Now, the word authority itself, it's authority, like telling us that they wrote the history in the word authority. Who writes the authority? Their laws. Who writes their rules? Okay, and which is, to me, completely immoral, not even anything remote kindness included in anything that they do. Okay, you just got to look at world history to see that. Another thing that didn't exist when I was young was the word inappropriate. Inappropriate. Well, I've always been really inappropriate, not deliberately. The thing is when you're a big shiny light and you go into, say, a public building where there's actual people, it's no point trying to, keep your light down and just shimmy around, hope no one notices you and you don't blow your fucking cover, because every single person will instantly know, because the vibration just went ping, that you're there. It's like, ta-da, I'm here. Wow. And there's a reaction. Okay, there is a certain reaction. Now, I've had this all my life. Okay, I've had so much trouble over it, especially with other men. That I always get shit with other men. They really don't dig my groovy vibes, but that's just tough fucking shit. That is. So I found early on that I wasn't going to bother changing who I was, because I really like who I am. Okay, and I'm kind. Okay, I'm a really bit naughty, but I don't think I was actually here to be completely good anyway. So that's bullshit. Okay, I've embraced all sides of me. I'm dark side, light side, which is, I made this decision when I was a little kid, right? Is if I got to go stamping on everyone just to get by in this world, I don't think I'll bother doing it that way. Okay, the modern world rule. So I never did, and I stuck with it. And here I am, well, at a certain age. Still doing my same philosophy, guys. I've looked into all the philosophers over the years, the likes of Alan Watts and fucking, well, not that Terence McKenna was a philosopher, but listening to all Terence McKenna and the only one that really struck a chord was the altruism of Ira Rand and the You Do You Boo. It seems maybe a little bit selfish, but when you find out that you've just given your life's force away to energy vampires who couldn't give two shits about you, then you start to reevaluate, hang on a minute, am I going to spend the rest of my existence just giving my valuable chi energy away to these fuckers? It's not a good strategy for survival, guys. Okay, so that's what I've been doing, is I've been saving my chi for me, okay, so I can do good in the world. It's no point me like being an absolute clusterfuck and trying to do any changes or any good in this place. Okay, Literally, there is dark forces at play. Okay, in the background, guys, there is. They don't really, probably not that fussed, but like, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I just don't give a fuck. So we're going to look into in this. Okay, now I'm not going with anyone's philosophy. You just go with your own philosophy. I'm just saying, above all, be kind. Okay, but do be yourself. That's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just being myself. If they don't like it, well, it's just tough fucking shit. That's the way I feel about it. Yeah, I'm like, literally, when I go into churches, they give me the ickiest, nastiest feeling, and I just know I'm the most spiritual thing in that church. It's like, it's wonder the whole thing don't fucking crumble. So I'm going to talk about the battle within, okay, and like mental mental processes for navigating this realm, which I've sort of practiced. It's really hard, but it definitely bears fruits, and it's mental discipline over the two, what they call hemispheres of the mind. There's a bit of fuckery afoot, unfortunately, okay, but the good news is there's part of you, okay, which is not the ego, which they call the higher self, okay, could be something else completely, the observer, if you like, in the game, that is privy to really ancient knowledge and has been here before and knows the game, okay, and it does tip you off, but then you've got the I, the you, which is like just really stupid and clumsy and oafy and can't get the reality together. But that's just in my case. Half the time I'm just lost. I'm winging it, and no one notices. But I manage. Yeah, I really do manage. So yeah, the mind's eye-opening. Now, this is an experience. I've talked to people who have said to me, "Oh yeah, man, I underwent an ego death, man, complete Kundalini experience." I was like, well, it didn't last then, did it? Because your fucking ego's right back now, isn't it? And that, it seems to be the case all of the time anyway. So ego's a funny creature. We'll talk about all that. It's a negative moaning old Nelly is what it is. If you turn into victim Aldrew, which I have in the past, okay, I put my hands up and say I'm guilty for this one, that I have been a bit of a moaning bastard. But I'm British. I'm at a certain age. And like, to be honest, I'm like, there's a lot to moan about in this realm, isn't there? You know, like politicians and shit. Not that I actually give a shit, I'm just saying. Precognition. Oh dear. That's a big one, isn't it? The ability to see the future. Okay. How many of you have had this experience? I had it about 3 times in the last 3 years. I mean, seeing the exact event of the next day, and even to the extent of knowing what the person was going to say to me. It did freak me out a bit, guys, but I knew, fuck me, that was just like being tipped off. And I've been tipped off so many times in the past, except that time that I nearly fell to my death down the hold on the ship that I was on at the time. And then I had this angelic voice, which was a Welsh woman saying, "Martin," snapping me out of my drunken stupor to realize that one more step was my infinite death into a big black hole, which was the hold, which was empty on the ship. I crawled back like a little weasel, scared to death, when I had to lay down, felt ill for the rest of the day because of the shock of it all. And now I'm thinking, actually, I may have stepped over. How many friends have you got that have actually said, "Oh, I've been dead. I've been dead. I've been killed over and over and over in this fucking place, guys. Yeah, I'm here in this 3D realm talking to you on YouTube. How the fuck is that even possible? Anybody?" Synchronicities. I was asked this week, well, what do they mean? I'm under the impression that if 111 or other 333, 555 or other 444, 77s, 777, all of these number synchronicities come in, that is a tip off from the universe, okay, saying, or a messenger saying, all is groovy, you're on the right path, carry on going. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is. I don't see it as a bad thing anyway. The tip-offs, the visions of the future. Okay. Now, in the past and in the Bible, they call them prophets. but then prophets made a profit from profiting. I'm thinking that it is a real thing. And I'm thinking that it is so sought after because of its ability to hack reality and break the matrix. That is the one. That is the one, is to be able to glimpse the future, I think. And that is what you get when you unconnect from the matrix, which I know many of you have, guys. Okay. And I'm not just talking about you got to live with going to banks and ATMs and all that. I'm not talking about all of that stuff. I'm on about not giving it your energy anymore. Realizing if what it is 9/10 of the battle and not giving it your energy. Okay. And then it will eventually shrivel up and die. Soul trap. There's another thing, isn't there? Do you think this place is soul trap? Anybody? The universe is friend. It maybe is a friend. It's not always a friend. Sometimes I've found that the universe was an unholy motherfucker. And other times I was like, well, yeah, well, that's really groovy. Thanks. But other times it's like really gaslighty, I think. Well, that's just my personal experience anyway. I don't trust it. I don't trust any of it in this realm. Okay. Talking about reincarnation, I'm definitely a believer of reincarnation. Why I've got so many previous life memories, and this spiritual experience happened to me in Heathrow Airport when it just slammed into my mind, not connected with anything that I was doing, and said, we come back. I was like, okay, we come back. So I think that is a thing. Plus, I definitely think that we come back to our karmic connections, our karmic family. We seek them out, maybe vibrationally we find them. They may not have the same face. They may be relatives in the past, but I definitely think they're soul families, karmic families in this place of real human beings. I don't think there are many left. I think most of the internet is just bots. I think a lot of humanity is actually missing and been gone a while now. And they're just boosting it up. I looked at the population calculator last night, guys, right? It was on like 8 billion something or other, and it literally said that there was 300,000 babies born today, but only 158,000 died. It's like twice as many babies being born, giving you the idea that the population is exploding. I'm giving you the idea of scarcity because there's not going to be enough food for everybody. That's why there's less food now. Okay, even though the countryside's completely fucking empty, they could farm it all if they wanted. Anyway, soul trap. Go to the light, Carrie-Ann. Go to the light. Did you buy that? See, I don't want to do anything that they tell me at all. That's the thing about me, is I'm not doing any of that. Like even angelic rules, guys, all the rules of the other place. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Okay. I'm sure they'll have ways of trying to make me, but there's that. Anyway, we'll get there when we get to it. So apparently this as well, guys. Okay. So they tell us. Judgment. Yeah, judgment. Apparently, we're going to get judged. Now, by whom? God. God is going to judge us. So what rules are we going to be going by then? Is it thou shalt not kill unless it's for us rule? Is that one? And then all their other weird rules as well. Most of them around sinning, isn't it? So yeah, that's really weird. So they're going to call the parameters on the judging. So that judgy thing, okay, I'm not done with that either. Okay, because who's doing the judging? Yeah, I want to see, listen, I want to see your CV if you're judging me and see what you've been doing. Okay, if you live in glass houses, should not throw stones. That's what I think anyway. So yeah, I'm not done with that as well. So that's just me. You knock yourself out. Hey, Hippie Shake. Let's give you all a few shouts. Marianne, good to see you. Mr. Raz is in the house. So, yeah, it's been baking out in Britain. It's been really awesome. Got a chocolatey tan. And as Mr. Razda would say, I'm feeling irie. Oh, look, Mr. Razda, I got a bit of a dreadlock. I'm going to leave it and see how it develops because I can't cut it off. It's too late now. So always happens to me when I go hippie festival. Right, big arms. I hear the population numbered mentioned so much recently. It's over 8 billion now, they're saying. Mentioned 3 times yesterday. I think it's just, listen, the thing is, how can that even be true? Do you think they're literally in the jungle when somebody pops out a baby in a bush and that goes up on the calendar, on the click clocky thing? Is it, or when they're born in hospitals, they run off to the computer and there's a great AI which tallies all the babies up. There's loads of people not even going to hospital, having natural births, not going anywhere near them. So that's bullshit. So none of it makes any sense. So hi Marianne, good to see you. And Jay is in Germany. Good to see you, my friend. Stick around. You'll be able to see Hanover later. 7 Star and Mr. Razda is in the house. Peace Frog. So I'd love to know what you think, guys, actually, what your philosophy is, what you think is going on with this reality. A lot of people think it's a simulation. There's always been AI. I don't know. All I know is I've been able to, at certain points in my life, change the outcome of events and alter reality. But I have, I used to be, well, I have the ability to be able to play all the different permeations in my mind through to get to the winning formula. I'm guessing most people do that, don't they? Adman, good to see you, my friend. Adman over in Holland there. The universe is made by you and I through the spoken word verse. Well, yeah. Glad tidings. Hope you're all right. Well, I watched a Bruce Lee thing only this morning where he said, do not say negative things about yourself because the body will hear, because words are spells. And they are spells. Look, right. When you get married, have you seen The Oath? Fuck that shit. Honest to God, it's so weird. I'll go to court in front of put your hand on a Bible. I solemnly swear. So swear what? Like C-U-N-T? Swear what way? I solemnly, what? Like really, really unhappily swear. What? And they start marriage vows like, oh, I solemnly, oh God. And you must honor, all right, honor's a bit all right, I dig that, but obey. Do as you're told. What if it's fucking raving lunatic? It's just, which is often the case. Oh, it's just what a fucking shit show. Hope everyone's having a great day. Michael Davis is saying having a great day. We are having groovy time. We're going to have a little giggle later. It will be tasteful, just okay, in a Martin Litka sense. Okay, Krugo69 is Carl's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. That's my old man. That was my father's name, was Carl. Dean for Prince Frog. Okay. So, yeah, let's have a little think about the mind as well, the Brian, what we think here is. I've been listening to a little bit of Aldous Huxley lately, quite interesting chap. He took LSD on his deathbed. He went right into, what was in his mind. So I had to took a peek around and come back and told us what he found, which was really intriguing for the time period. So his question went against mainstream academia concerning the mind. He thought it was some sort of filter system. Where you're exposed to the, infinite possibilities of, of the universe, and it filters it through just in, enough for you to have social awareness, situational awareness, and, your navigational skills for existing in this realm. Because some people haven't got many navigational skills. They just walk, talk, fart a bit, and don't actually do anything. It's really weird. But they exist for a long time as well. I've seen it. So, yeah, big love, Mr. Razda. And Hippie Shake's in the house. Good to see you, Hippie Shake. Hopefully it will help, because I will share my experiences. I've had many of, but some of them I don't even know what's going on. Entities, I guess you could say, from somewhere else nearby. Then again, people don't talk about stuff like that, do they? Especially the sleep weirdness. So there again, it isolates you because you wouldn't be able to talk to a doctor. There's no way you go near a psychologist or a therapist. So you wouldn't be able to tell your friends because they are like, no, it's just too out there, man. That shit can't be happening. And be like, that shit is real and it's happening. It's difficult, isn't it? So what you're saying, Dorknish? Matching Joe. The casual realm acts as a machine. It's based on cause and effect. I don't think that's actually true, cause and effect. Think about car crashes. The causal is spirit or spiritual. I can't actually see that. Black holes. No, see, lost me there. It's black hole stuff. There's my son, who is 1,000 miles. Nah, I was a doppelganger. Okay. So cloning is, are they actually doing that? I don't know. It's just Hollywood and all of the weirdness that's going on. Nobody looks the same. What happened to Jim fucking Carrey, guys? What is that? And everyone's just like, hey ho, let's on with the show. Jim Carrey's that now with Donna. Now she's just Donna. What happened? The only one that's hanging in there a bit better is Kylie Minogue. I think she's probably Kylie Minogue 6. They probably got like closets full of these people all lined up on coat hooks or something. Just reel another one out, Hollywood style. Okay, I think they're definitely doing all of that thing. And then they got everyone arguing one another, making out that they're all enemies when they all sit around the table together, giggling, controlling the world. Like all of them together, all of the different people are supposed to be enemies with one another. But it keeps everyone arguing and all of the rest of the troubles of the world, doesn't it? Which is where they want it. Perpetual war, perpetual negativity, perpetual fear of this and that and the other, which is exactly the game, guys. This is how you win the game. This is how you hack reality. You don't do that. Don't give me your energy. Know it for what it is. And it is a game. I think that they've been doing this for hundreds of years, this network of bloodlines and families. And I think that they are definitely a Babylonian death cult. And I definitely think that it's a satanic death cult. And I definitely think that this is what the whole agenda is, what they do to us concerning running our miserable existences with this death figure and all of this, you're going to die negativity. And everyone's so fucking depressed about it, they end up dying. It's like really weird. All of that's bullshit. The next place, they're not going to let any old riffraff through the door, guys. That's for obvious reasons. The next place could indeed be heaven, but what would heaven look like? Now, what do we have here? What's the best things? It's woods, isn't it? And it's the trees and it's the mountains and it's the beautiful beaches, the sunsets, all the natural stuff that is already here, isn't it? But is it any better than that? Well, we don't know, do we? Yeah, I think that is it. Actually, I think that is the good stuff. Okay. What are you doing? You're laughing, singing, and dancing on. Well, knock yourself out. That's the whole idea. There's Joe, lovely, beautiful Joe. He's in the house, bringing a love and vibration. My eyes are literally gone to shit, Doc. I'm sorry. If I see anything like really short, I might be able to manage. I'll read it. Jolly Man's in the house. Consider Earth as a non-inertial reference frame. Add the motions of orbital speeds afterwards with calculus. Okay, that's very, very flat earthy. We'll have a little look at flat earthy and images of the day. Thank you, Hippie Shake. It's very kind of you, sweetness and light. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to share some images that I've collected this week. And like I said, it's been 8 days, but it's been hot. It's been absolutely beautiful. The universe, no, Jojo. What evidence is there for protons anyway, or even electrons and morons? Yeah, okay. Man. See, the scientific community as well, we're supposed to they're smarter than us. They got all backed up with mathematics, so it must be true. Yeah, and in the real world, the objective reality, you can never, test any of this, and you can never actually do any of this. Like the double split experiment, for example, just one of many, many experiments that you're just supposed to take as a given to prove that all of the quantum mechanics is actually true, which is, it's like it's a wave, it's a particle, it's a wave particle. It's like, ow! They keep doing this counterintuitive stuff as well. So another thing they do with us is don't believe your eyes. Don't believe your intuition. I know it feels like this is happening, but that's not happening. This is happening because this is what we say. The authority, the authority All right. And then everyone's like supposed to be like, oh, well, that's okay then. And then they just stop there and never get anywhere with any of this. This search of mine for what the true nature of reality actually is, has been my biggest quest, I think. I've traveled the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. That's actually a flat earth video by Annie Lennox. She points at the globe and goes, this shit ain't happening. On the video, watch it for yourself. It's absolutely brilliant. Oh, yeah. No, there's not many people. There's less people. When I used to go to town on a Saturday, you couldn't even get down the high street because there would just be a multitude of people coming towards you, just everywhere. And now everyone's all dotted around, and they make out there's loads of people in these concerts. They're not. You could swing a fucking cat. They're fucking like, look, I could do cartwheels. There's no one near me. When I used to go to concerts, yeah, crammed in like that, yeah, and everyone jumping up and down, whether you wanted to or not. Fucking 60,000 fucking people crammed in. They don't do that shit anymore, do they? It's like, allowed to fucking have real stuff. Because it's all gone fucking pussy realm. Okay. She's saying the conspiracy mystic guru is Alex, is in the house. Check the link out down below in my descriptions box. Alex is having a do. He's having a do in September, the guru gathering, where all the gurus go to gather and do stuff like last year. David, and nobody will be misbehaving. We'll all be very, very beautiful people. The 70s were great. Oh, I love them, Dave. Oh, if we could go back 30 years. Oh, it was fan-fucking-tastic, wasn't it? Oh, I always think the same thing. Like, the women in the drugs were great. But, same now. I'm still in my halcyon days, guys. Fuck this shit. I'm not doing it. Okay. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to hack the universe. I'm going to give big secrets away, okay? And then when you do it, there'll be a knock-on effect, exponential effect. It's the rest of humanity. And then one day they'll wake up and they were like, oh, I don't actually want to watch a telly today. It's like, it's really negative and shit. And just like literally sledgehammer it, like out of the blue. And everyone just wakes up. It's like, have you ever seen the Network film, guys, with Peter Finch? He's like, you can't get any more fucking crazy, guys. Am I wrong? It's like, that was 1974, I think that film was, right? And everything was coming apart in America. Everyone just had a guts feel. It couldn't get any more crazy, he said. There's people like dying every day like it's supposed to be a normal fucking thing. People suffering everywhere like it's a normal fucking thing. And then we're all of this time into the apparent future. Here we are in the future. It's all future-y now, isn't it? So future-y. I'm underwhelmed by it, actually, guys. Okay, the new era and all of the people that have joined it since 1999. Apparently, 1 billion more people showed up. And here I am later. I'm thinking, well, where the fucking hell are they all then? I don't know. Maybe they're in hotels. It's difficult to say. Seen some high strangeness when I went to Spain earlier in the year concerning hotels. The thousands of rooms in these hotels, and they wouldn't let us in, saying there was no rooms. It's like, there's thousands of rooms, dude. It fucking is. But like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's got long. You got a Bible where you come from, boy? Fucking long hair. Coffee's lovely, isn't it? Okay, let's share some images, and we've got some funny stuff later. We're going to go through the art record, some like really high weirdness. I got a section here. It's called Kissy Monks. Kissy Monks. Do you want to see my Kissy Monks section? Of course you do, guys. So we're going to go through some of the really bizarre images of the Renaissance period and the masters that are really mind-blowing, and see what's going on there later on. We're going to party like it's 1999. Well, that's what... Marianne, Dimples, yeah? We got to fight for our right to party. Yeah, that's what we got to do. Because that's what they don't want. So these fuckers are happy. So why are they happy? They're meant to be unhappy. Make them unhappy. That's why onions are the only food they don't mess with, because it makes us cry. No shit. Anyway. Anyway, love and light to you all. Let's try and help the other people in the realm that are actually lost, all alone, thinking they're alone, actually. This is what I want to rephrase. I've said this in my descriptions. So the dude the other day was like, thank fuck. This is like a breath of fresh air. I got somebody to talk to, and I'm not going to think I'm nuts. It's like, well, no, because we go through the same stuff, and this is a very real event, a very real thing. And some people are completely lost with it. They're like, well, what is this shit? What is going on? Especially when the magic turns up, and they're like, nah, that can't be happening. That's magic, man. It's like, yeah, no shit. Because once the hypnosis lifts, you're awake. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. You're awake. Okay, so you've woken up now. It's like, oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, no spinny ball. Oh, dinosaurs. Whoa. Evolution. Whoa. It's just all happens all in an instant. It's like, oh, shit. So all of it is bullshit then. I better just go on with like being me and letting it be. That's what it is. So, yeah, it's a big lesson. Okay, we start here. I'm going to share some images with you and have a little talk and a thing. See what you think. And I'll keep an eye on comments in case there's any questions that come up. I'm a dead person. I'm a dead, says Peace Frog. Well, the Grateful Dead, and you'll be grateful when you're dead by Kula Shaker. And our birth certificate says we are. So maybe it's true. So let's have a think about the all-seeing eye. Big Brother has an all-seeing eye. AI, isn't it? Most people think. Or is there an angel watching you? Or is there another thing watching you? Because it really does feel like you're in a movie. Feels like I'm on camera all of the time. And it also feels like there's a hidden hand at play. Sometimes being really weird, okay, but usually to teach me a lesson further along, I find, yeah, because I'm a bit of a bugger. And other times it's like, and I'm like, holy shit, okay, let's just get on with it. Let's just do it. Okay, just go with it. That's what I'm doing. Because it's so massive and it's so profound that you cannot dwell on it because you wouldn't be able to function. You wouldn't be. You'd be in a state of blown away ecstaticism, which is craziness. And hard to talk about and hard to explain. But I'm sure a lot of you watching this. So the pineal gland, well, it's in pine cone form. You can see it in the Vatican. And it's an interesting shape, I find. It looks a bit ant-like, doesn't it? The pineal gland. It's got other little, looks like something else it reminds me of too, which I'm not going to mention. It also looks like a question mark, doesn't it? But it is very similar to the Eye of Horus, which is what they might be telling us in the pharaohs and the Egyptians. They might be telling us that the pineal gland is an eye, or it absorbs light because we're light beings, and it helps you decode data and interpret the realm. I think that the third eye is the most important thing. Now, my dream state, I'm a very lucky person. Okay, sometimes I'm thinking, well, if I could just hang on here a bit, this would be absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. But then I wake up and I'm like, whoa, okay, that's a shame. Because it is that good. That good. I'm flying around. I'm like, fucking hell, Elf King in another fucking dimension. I'm like, just doing really groovy shit. So this is like an old depiction you can see because it's all like cultic writing in a Latin, I guess. But you can see that they refer to the different processes of thought emanating from the mind's eye. Now, what happens when your mind dies? Well, you know, some people have it naturally. On the moment of death, they say through a DMT release because the body houses DMT naturally. Other people through trauma can have a really unique trauma experience that will also do a nudge. And the truth puts you on the path of breaking away from the matrix. Then you start to feel it, and then you know there's something going on. But in my case, personally, this has been going on since I was just, like I said, a small child. But then I didn't ever talk to anyone about it, except for one girl in school. Told her, Tracy, said, I am scared to death of ghosts. She said, ghosts? So I see the dead. I said, I got all sorts of shit happening you wouldn't fucking believe. But she knew it, believe me, which was a really big thing at me at the time, because I had no one with all that was happening. Sleep paralysis, entities, energetic abduction, and all the rest that goes along with that. Anybody else? How to find your evil twin in the back of your mind. Well, isn't that a weird thing that we actually, in this realm, and then we are like, you know, some of us master manifestors. You can see the ones that are. And then there are others that completely submit to the evil twin, which will literally kill you in a destructive path of absolute chaos. Not that chaos is a bad thing, because it's a form of creativity. Chaos magic is what they practice around the table, and it is what is being used in the current paradigm. Okay, it's to keep you discombobulated. You don't work out with a finger on the game. Everyone is happy to point the finger at these, them, and the others, but they can't possibly think that they're all in it together, and then we're all being played. It's really weird. You create your thoughts create your intentions, and your intentions create your reality. Now, I think it goes a bit deeper than that. Now, intuition should never be ignored. In the past, I've ignored my intuitive voice, which says, you know, slow down, don't go that way, man, that's not a good idea. And I've ignored it and had my ass handed to me. And for ignoring my intuition, I don't do that. I get a gut feeling right here in my solar plexus when I know something's going on in the background. And then I get like burning ear, and then I get an inkling, and then I'll think what it could be. And then lo and behold, it will be that. How is that impossible? Psychic abilities. We all got it, guys. It's just, you got to fine tune it, know that it's real. You can't ignore the synchronicities. You can't ignore precognition. This is really magical stuff, guys. Okay. And I think as this is what they're trying to stem the flow of. As we become more adept at this, what we're up to, then we will become like superhumans, because we will be able to see glimpses into the future, get tipped off about what's going on, and we will be able to hack reality for the benefit of humanity. Do you like that? So this is a really lovely depiction of a mandala-esque mind's eye. Is that what you experience? For some people, through the use of mind-altering substances, most people, this will happen to. In the mind's eye, will slam the fuck open, and you will see the whole thing. Humans glow. You just can't see it. Did you know that humans emit visible light, known as human bioluminescence? But it's too dim for our eyes to detect. Stop. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I have literally seen people glow. I think it's down to your vibration, and I think it's like star in a jar, and I think people just light the fuck up like a big glowy lighthouse. Yeah, I think this is a real thing. The team of Japanese scientists, well, I don't buy anything to do with mainstream science, but it is interesting that humans do glow, and the name of human is human, like hue, light, and man, manifester. So if you concentrate your mind's eye, okay, now never mind just walking down the road and it slams open. I'm not talking about that. I mean, if you concentrate on what you focus on, what you want, and then literally bring it into reality. It's called manifesting. Now, I've had plenty of people arguing this is not true. I think instant manifestation is true. Okay, that you can do it in an instant. Okay, so when manifesting, it's really important that you say this: I am, I can, I will, I have, with ease, is effortless, I receive, I believe, I can be, do, have, and achieve anything. Okay, so it's all positive, isn't it? And it's the best way, you know, it's either, if somebody, you know, asks you anything, it's either yes or no. If you give them a might, the might is a no. And maybe is also a no, because just put it in the vague. It's not, then you're not really committed. So you're not manifesting it. So it isn't happening. Now this, maybe, someday, I wish, I hope, I can't, I won't, if only, no, we'll never, too hard, impossible. How many times have people done that to you? I get it all the fucking time. I do. People try cursing my shit. You can't do that. I fucking can, and I fucking will, and I always have. Even when I was a young man, fucking after sea, it was like, you can't do that. I fucking will. I will do exactly what I want with my life and my body. Fuck you all. That's what I think. And all of this will stop you living your life, and then you won't enjoy it, because you got to be positive, and you got to redo your mind. Okay, to not listen to that psycho in the back of it. So you'll be judged for everything in this realm. Okay, and we don't know how psycho the judge is. You were accused on these 45,000 dates, 45,000 times, of touching yourself. It's like, what? And you were allowed to touch yourself, judge? It's like, no, this is strictly forbidden. So do so do what you want. Okay, but be good. That's what I think. So just a strange depiction. Now you get this in the film. Oh, bloody hell. Brilliant film. I love that film. The Labyrinth. Is it not The Labyrinth? Oh, I always, by that Spanish director. My son will tell you. He's in chat now. He's really good at things. Ooh, Klimt. So yeah, some people, okay, this is what it ends up like for them. When they open their mind's eye, it's like, I'm dripping, man. So yeah, the Freemason, but Manly P. Hall, highly interesting. He's around 1923. I've shown images, these alchemical images, really interesting stuff. But he talks about the all-seeing eye, modern problems in the light of ancient wisdom. Now, they're making out that this ancient wisdom has been given to them by others. It's been documented, and it's a sort of gift, some sort of rite of passage for doing good or bad or whatever. That's not true. I'm saying that we got all that info already. It's tapping into it. They call it the Akashic record. You just pull that data out. There are certain techniques that I wouldn't advise, that I practice in my life, but it's not for everybody. You'd have to be pretty hardcore or you would die. But practice it, and then you get the data out, the important stuff, the real stuff, to keep you ahead of the game. So yeah, the mind is a very powerful thing, as I'm sure you all your Bill Hicks tell you about. It's just a ride. It's just a ride, which it more or less is, I think. But I think it is a schoolroom. And I think that if you want to bring religion into it, I don't. Not at this stage, not really. And even new agey spirituality thinking, I don't want that either, because they're just business models. It's just bullshit. I don't actually care. I'm sharing my experience, which is almost 60 years of doing shit. Okay, guys, doing a lot of stuff with my life, and I'm happy now because I have the experience and the knowledge and the spiritual prowess, if you like, to be able to share it with you and be this shiny beacon and light for everybody else. So the first thing you find is, apart from the energy in the room changes, okay, people want to start talking to you. People want to start downloading and talking to you about stuff. Now, I'm in the frame of mind that I am not going to be permitting any dead doggers in my life. And what I mean by that is people who try and trauma bond with me by going on about death, dead relatives, dead dogs, and dead shit on their opening conversation. I'm supposed to like instantly feel bad then when I didn't want to leave the house and feel bad. I wanted to leave the house and feel groovy. And then you're trying to make me feel bad because you want to make me feel sad about somebody I don't even fucking know who's died. That's really sad. Oh, I'm really sorry for you. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because it is trauma bonding and it gives your energy away. But when you're shiny light, people feel they need to come up to you and try a little of that. It's like, what is it? What's what? What's going on with you then? Are you a famous rock star? It's like, no, I'm just a man. Oh, what is it? What is what? The shiny thing. The shiny thing is me. How can I get shiny thing? You have to stop being a pussy. Oh, okay. Go home and have a think about all the stuff you do and look in the mirror, because there's God right in the mirror looking back at you. And God, if you like, off you go. Diddle. Thank you. You see? So there is certain ways of dealing with reality, isn't there? And people. I'm happy to help them, and I'm definitely happy to share my experience if it helps them in any way. So hemispheres, hemi means half, okay? Spheres, they say, not enemies, but a divided kingdom. A house divided against itself cannot stand. So there are elements of truth to that. I think it's a bit of a new agey spin on it, actually. But what is true about that is if you keep going on with this internal conflict, being locked into past trauma, it's called being loopy. People are loopy. Yeah, how many loopy people do you know who've got to keep telling you every time they fucking show up, every time you see them, a relative or something, and they're like, oh, remember when your Auntie Deirdre spontaneously combusted? It's like, yeah, all there was left was his slippers. It's like, yeah, I know. Fucking hell. So I'm going to go with that. I think that we can reverse age. I think that we can live a long, healthy, happy, abundant life is what I think. But first, we have to learn how to navigate the pathways of our minds, which has booby traps. This is one thing that might help you. Now, notice that it says self because we are elves, or I am elf, you're elf, and then we become self. So the battle within, it's the choice is yours. Okay, well, let's have a think about the choice is yours. Have we really got the free will to make that choice? In this case, yes, I think we have. So the ego self, it lives in an illusion, okay? Lives in victim mentality. Wah, 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 me, wah, wah, wah. Okay? Scarcity mindset. Although I have suffered with this, but it's like just because I guess paranoid. Is we're all going to run out of everything and we're all going to die. Okay? Sees mistakes. Mistakes good. Get them down you. Okay? Complaints about everything. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Left, right. Wah, 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 wah. Then. Instead of looking in the mirror. Weird that. The higher self, if that is what's going on, okay, another Martin up there in another realm, okay, it happens there first, and then down into the 3D manifestation, and it happens here secondary. Possibly. I got no proof of that. I got a proof from my personal experience that there is something exterior in this place that has communicated with me that isn't me, unless it is me and it's my higher self. But I haven't got a bird's voice, so it can't be, unless it's previous life me. I don't know. Anyway, takes accountability to create a different reality. Well, I think, a lot of you have done that with your reality, haven't you? Taken accountability and you've created a different reality, which is what I've been doing publicly in front of the whole world. Abundance mindset. That's a tricky one, that is. I find, but this is one of my personal loops. This is one of my personal loops. Isn't it interesting, that little elliptical bit in the middle with a tree? God, everything looks like a vagina to me. I don't know what it is. Sees lessons. What did I just say? Okay, this place is a schoolroom. Yeah, I'm not very good at the exams, and I definitely don't go to school. And I didn't go to school. I was, me and one other guy, the worst truants in my high school. Yeah, what I did do was cause rebellion and a revolution, which is what I do. Grateful and finds joy in the little moments. So that's me. That is, yeah. Walking in the woods, pretty girl, little dog. That doesn't actually exist, but in my fantasy. In the real world, walking in the woods, having a spliff, just normal little stuff. Little dogs coming. Nothing makes me happier than a little dog coming up and going, "Hey, Matt." I'm like, oh, my day is made by that experience. It's the little things in life that are best. Okay. So it's what most of us are going through, I reckon. You know, a lot of us got like, you know, it's best to get out of this fear mindset because really it brings bad health and it brings death. Anybody read the book from Herman Hesse, Damien? I read it when I was a teenager. Definitely a life changer, but I was always obsessed with the cover and I never really realized until years later what they were actually talking about, which was the opening of the mind's eye to all of that extra data. Look into your mind's eye and look to see what you can see. So what can you see? Well, people go to different realms is what they do. Different realities, different views. Now, I do think that doppelgangers in another reality exist, and I do think that other realities exist really close by. And I think that you can pop out of this one if it sucks and pop into a better one. I literally think that is literally possible. So the brain is supposed to be all stem cell, isn't it? Or just fatty grey tissues, no blood. It's a really strange thing, isn't it? It looks like something out of the Alien movie. It looks just like something out of the Alien movie. It looks a bit of walnut, fractal, definitely a little bit of fractal going on. So I'm in the camp of, I don't think I got one. Well, I don't think it'd actually be there unless they cut it open and I had to take a look and then bang, there it is. So I'm in the camp of possibly what Michael Talbot said concerning the human mind, that it had been sort of proved and talked about by Professor Primbum and others, that the mind had holographic principles and that all of it was holographic by nature. A holographic universe principle, I think, is definitely a thing that you can think about, because I've seen some terribly unusual magical things that should never have been. You know, I'm not going to keep practicing telekinesis and moving objects because I reckon I'm going to get success with that, like I did with my levitation. Running through walls, now that can get painful. But if you run enough times, eventually the atoms, if you want to call them that, will sync with the wall one straight through that fucker. I knew a guy, a wizard, years ago. You literally just get like high just walking in the room because of all of the psychedelics were absorbed into the wallpaper. Highly strange experience every time. Anyway, he used to go to this house in Cardiff where the occupants were walking through walls. But obviously, you know, I can't prove that was true, but he seemed to be really convincing when he said. So there it is. Look, it's quite pronounced and quite big on this picture. It's bigger than I actually thought it was. Is the all-seeing eye, if you want to call it that. So this is interesting about the pineal gland. It's published 2015. The pineal gland is a tiny organ in the center of the brain that played an important note in Socrates' philosophy. He regarded it as a principal seat of the soul and the place in which all our thoughts are formed. Interesting that, you know, that ancient philosopher was thinking that about the pineal gland. So is that the case? Well, I think that the Vatican sort of think it is because they put pineal glands everywhere. So they say that we only use 10% of our mental capacity, don't they? They say, like in the Limitless film, he has a drug that activates the rest. They say in the film Lucy, there's a Lucy 2 now, I don't mind seeing that. But she goes all silly space stuff in that movie. But still, she's like, oh my God, I went down on the quantum realm, yo. They said they activated 100% of her brain activity. Now, we're only going on them telling us that, okay? I think it is down to us. I think that we can light our brains up, okay? Electromagnetics are definitely key to this process, okay, of lighting it up, lighting us up, okay? Start on a jab, like that. Electromagnetic waves over the head areas and their polarity. You can see there the double torus around the head. There's another one coming below, and the inertia plane will be where your solar plexus is. And so our thoughts are not confined to, you can't see magnetic pull and repulsion and pull, can you? You can't see magnetic waves with your eyes, can you? But they're there. We all can assume that they're there because they're magnets. Well, you're literally emanating these invisible waves, if you like, called brain waves. And I think there's infinite distance. And I think if you connect with your karmic family, friends, loved ones, instantly with our minds, if you just think about them, they're like, oh, so-and-so just thought of me. I think we are so much more psychic. And like I said, if we need a home, I'm literally, that's my life's work, is homing these abilities. Yeah. And there'll be no greater thing that I could give humanity than the hack of hacks. Okay. For everyone to be happy. Yeah. Fuck politics. Fuck all of them. That ain't working. That ain't going to happen. There's another way coming. I can see it in my mind's eye. I can see the other way that this place will be. So yeah, human placenta, interesting. There's the classification of the human placenta actually being alive. Some say that it was taken away at birth. We don't know what happens to them. And that is the actual nature of straw man. And this is what they're doing. I can't prove that. It is really nasty to think about and sinister. But with these fuckers, nothing would surprise me with these evil fucks. Okay, look at the world wars. Send millions to their slaughter. It's craziness. Tree stems, fingerprints, lungs, tree branches, tree veins, human veins, and river networks. Tree of life, human center, all the same. Everything fractally repeating itself, especially when you see with the tree branches, the fractal geometry. Now, how can that even be possible? But, well, easy, because it's all bursting out of the ether in a fractal nature, because this place is fractal. So are we just men, or us, just giant big spunk bubbles? Possibly. The brain and the spinal cord is fully developed sperm cell. So I think that could be the case. It looks a bit like a tadpole. Yeah. I was a tadpole once, apparently. No, bigger tadpole. The mind looks like a highly advanced computer under a scan. It has trillions of electrical synapses, all firing away simultaneously every time a thought happens, an emotion happens, and loads of different reasons. Environmental things will light the mind up. Okay. Now, you know about, if you keep on doing stuff, you will increase the elasticity of the brain, and the synapses will create new neural pathways. Okay. Which will expand the mind. Now, I think that you can do that expanding of the neural pathways, but ramp it up like in a much, much, much bigger scale. So you can literally light up all of your neural pathways and bring all of your mind online. Once that happens, the battle is over. The war is over, and we win. Torus fields around the mind, the electromagnetic charge is all around the mind, is an essential part of this hack. Okay, the way magnets work and what we can do with it, this magnetic energy, it is literally connected to our psychic abilities. You wouldn't believe it. They say electrons, spooky action at distance. Again, I can't prove an electron, can I? And, you know, when they say, oh, electrons look like little solar systems, that's when I start to know. And then it changes. Oh, no, it's electron fog. It's like, yeah, tickle it over here, it'll feel it over there. It's like, that sounds really stupid. It's like, no, it's not. It's real. It's real. Okay, there's nothing else happening then. It's not like we're all psychic in the ether soup then, is it? It's like, yeah, it could be. Shut up, scientist. Shut up, Feynman. So, yeah, there it is, firing away. I definitely think that, you know, sometime in the past, I've lit this up 100 times, not knowing what I was doing, hacking probably the wrong information. But as I've got older and I fine-tuned it, I knew exactly where to find it. You can navigate the entire realm. You'll see people, but not as people, just, I was going to say shadow-like, not quite. And you'll literally just fly an instant through more. If you're looking for one person in particular, in an instant like that, straight in front of them. It's just remote viewing, the ability to see other places using the power of your mind. Well, what about Edgar Casey? Do you think Edgar Casey's readings were real? Well, he said a lot of shit about Atlantis, didn't he? Yeah, Plato stuff. I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure. A lot of stuff he did say, though, was pretty good. I do like some of the Edgar Casey readings, and he did it for nothing, out of the kindness of his heart. But that case of, you know, just laying there and letting your mind travel, I know a lot of you can do. They don't want that skill out there. You remember the days of Ingo Swann and the Menadstera goats? Yeah? Imagine 1 million of people that could do that shit. Where would they be? Lighting the mind up is essential to this technology. And the good news is, I think you can do it yourself. I know you can do it yourself. I know you can light your own mind up. And essential part of it, yeah, is mental processes with dealing with the ego, yeah, and listening to the higher self, which is a more primeval, primitive knowing of the information that's happened before. Now, when I went to America the last time, I had deja vu on almost a daily basis where I would just know, oh shit, I've done this before, right? But when I come back to Britain, hardly getting deja vu, just once in a couple of months, okay? Rather than nearly every day in America. So I'm like, well, hang on a minute. How am I getting the sensation or the knowing, okay, that I've done all of this before? So how is it that when you're getting deja vu, you know that you've done it all before? How is that even possible? Is it because we play out all the different permeations out of the fields of infinite possibilities and we stick with the one that we think is the safest, and then we make the mistake and then we jump back onto the other timeline to the other permeation, which was much more feasible? I think that's the case. But yeah, this thing is a computer, and this thing in our heads is some sort of receiver for this data. You know, it really does feel like this place is holographic by nature. You take a slice. This is from my Greatest Secret Never Told series, and you can see that it's two literal torus fields or two toroidals either side for each hemisphere, and then this same fractal geometry that you see in trees and rivers and everything. So weird and suspicious. So weird and suspicious. So yeah, brains in jazz. I noticed there's an advert around now that is going on about brains in jazz. I actually love this film, The Man with No Brain, Two Brains. It's actually, he falls in love with her, don't he? So he takes her on a boat ride. So I love Steve Martin films. It just giggles me just thinking about it. But yeah, they're so in Futurama as well. They have like Nixon ruling or head in a jar, and all other people with heads in jars, and they're sort of on shelves and they're dictating reality. So I'm not sure if they'd be able to keep a brain alive and actually get the data out of it, like the consciousness, because that would suggest the consciousness is housed in the human mind, wouldn't it? What is consciousness? Well, consciousness is conscience. Look at the word etymologically. It's conscience. It's awareness. It's your chi energy. Okay, is what it is. It's prana. It's everything. You're everything and you're nothing all at the same time. And you know everything and you know nothing all at the same time. Such a weird paradox, but it's true. But you do know everything and you can hack into your own data. Okay. So this is our brain. On somatics, it's been overlaid there, as you can see, on a frequency of 27 hertz in wave, vibrating at in a cup of water, viewed through a ring of lights, direct transparency overlay with the human mind. So there's even some sort of somatics going on as well with the setup of the human brain. But I definitely think, we're mostly water anyway, and our emotions, which are overlooked, have a big impact into the way that the system works, the somatic system works. The human brain uses 12 watts. Do you think, while an AI system doing the same job would need 2.7 billion watts? So it's saying that even in AI is that smart, apparently, we are much, 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 much smarter. So why does it look like a technology? Or why does it look like something to do with computers? Or why does it look like a jellyfish? Because you're a jellyfish. I'm a jellyfish, just wandering around in a soup of water in the ocean, thinking I'm a human being having a human experience. It's a very strange thing, it is. So there, the Hyovorus and scarab beetle is the human skull, some say, but I think it's to do with also maglev technology. The Holy Grail, possibly the human skull, the Holy Holies, and the brain and Ganesh is, they say the trunk of Ganesh is the spinal column in some ideas. Maybe, I think the Holy Grail is something completely different. So, yeah. So the world is truly upside down. I think it actually, at some stages, goes the other way up, looking at some of the pictures we're going to look at later. So the world is viewed, it looks like it's the right way up, but it's not. So apparently the eye corrects this and puts the world back up the right way, or the actual way. So the actual image is the tree there. The eye sees it, what the eye sees, and then the brain puts the final image to a tree that's standing up. But actually, it's not. It is upside down. So the world is upside down. That's a definite. Unless I can't actually prove any of this, but I think it's safe to presume that this bit is true. And that is how we see it there, look. And the brain does all sorts of tricks optically as well, especially with things like perspective as well. There's loads of little tricks, isn't there, with the way our brain interprets reality. So let me just come back, see how you all doing. I'm going to share a good bit now. It's going to be called Kissing Monks. Some weird stuff going on in religion. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, I'm just showing the images. I'm not a grandmaster, and I definitely did not paint these because they're 10 types of weird. Ah, that's better. Okay. Love always. God is love. Energy can't be created nor destroyed. And that's right. There's no such thing as death, because all is energy. I should have mentioned that. Okay, and energy can never be destroyed. Some Bible stuff. Namaste. The divine spark of God in me acknowledges and blesses the divine spark in God. That is you. Okay. That's really lovely. And that it doesn't, Layla. Is that your thoughts? Have you heard that somewhere else? I don't know. I hear this quite a bit, but it's really lovely. And I'm sure it is true in your reality. Thank you, Rachel. I hope it does help. A lot of hallucinating goes on. Hallucinations are not hallucinations, Mikey. Yeah, that is reality unveiling itself to us, I'm afraid. There's no such thing. They call them hallucinations. That shit's really happening. You see waves of energy, okay? And this is what the place is waves and energy. You see it all. That's what you see. It is not what they think it is, what they say. Hallucinations is just a psyop, just to think people off. Martin, are you and Mark Sargent linking up soon? Not that I know of. Isn't he in like the other side of the world, like Seattle or something? I don't know. I'm in a Flat Earth meet tomorrow in Bournemouth, the 4th Flat Earth Social Anniversary event, and that's tomorrow in Bournemouth. I'll show you that later. By the image of who is your very face? I couldn't even answer that one, because if you stare in the mirror for long enough, all these different faces, sometimes, or I used to get as well years ago, but I have had this experience more recently, is it's difficult to explain. It doesn't feel like I'm me. It feels like I'm like somebody else for a moment, and it's like, what the fuck? I didn't even feel like it's like I didn't even look like me, and then all of a sudden, boom, I'm me again. I was like, whoa. So I hope there's no sort of like entity fucking attachment going on in this weird realm that's happening. If it is, I'm definitely on it and fuck that off. But wow, there's some sort of weird thing going on, guys. I'm not really sure what that is. It might be just a personal thing for me, because of the I've definitely got skin in the game in the worldwide spiritual awakening. I'm going to show you where that Miss Red and AK Gill. I like that name. So yeah, stick with your intuition. Definitely think you can trust that. Max and Van Cleef. Who loves Lee Van Cleef? You know it. Good, bad, and the ugly. Jim Dillinger, not every human has a brain. No, I've seen there's a name. Is it oh, wow, I used to know that Latin name. Anyway, there was a woman, she just had a slice of brain, didn't she? And she could still, like, you know, she went to college and everything. I can't remember. If any of you know that Latin name, I did used to know it. Oh, there it is. Maybe I should just read on. Sorry about that, Jim. Encephalitis. They have a node the size of a walnut, and the rest of the skull is filled with fluid. Isn't that weird? So you don't actually need a brain to get on in life or any of it. So makes you think. So, Jiggernauts in the house. The movie Pan's Labyrinth, bro. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth is a badass film, man. You get the one with the eyes in his hand shooting at the apple, and there's nasty Spanish Civil War bits in it as well, isn't there? But he's really good, that director, that Spanish one. Can't remember how to pronounce his name. It affects 1 in 100 people. It affects all politicians and scientists. I don't think Neil deGrasse Tyson or Brian Cox has a brain, Brian. I don't think that's a thing at all. They probably just got a slither. I'm not so sure about what's going on with Irish bloods. All blood groups. All I know is that some blood groups are favoured over others, and that there are ancient family bloodlines in this place which are favoured, and some of them rule the world. And they want wars and all of that gnarly shit going down. The world's got the shit in a handbag, so whoever's doing it at the moment is doing a cracking job at fucking everything up. But I definitely think it'll improve in the near future. So don't worry too much about things or anything, actually. It's all good and it's all meant to happen, even though it seems like it's a shit show. Hippie calls Satan one. They're referring to the plant, minerals, animals, says CJ. Not sure what they're. Check out Eric Dubé's new documents. Yeah, they're not new, but yeah, I've seen them. Seen them a long while ago, but they are really good. The NASA admitting the Earth is flat documents. They're back out. Adman, good to see you. Moon looks nice tonight. Oh, well, fucking cloudy, isn't it supposed to be a red sort of? I can't remember the name of it. A Gump moon or something. Brilliant film. It was a brilliant film. I watched Pan's Labyrinth, man. He's absolutely fantastic. Wouldn't mind more films like that. atmospheric and magical fairy kingdom stuff. I can't see the moon rising. Yeah, wow, it's all cloudy. First day in ever, like 2 months it's been cloudy, and there's a little bit of drizzle. It's lovely. Oh, thank you, dear people, says AD Rowe. Oh, thank you as well. Mr. Marmite's in the house. I saw pig eating a dead pig once. Oh, thank you, Mr. Marmite. It's a touching moment. Yeah. I seen a seagull eating a seagull as well. It's what they would have wanted. I've seen a rat eating a rat. Stuff, though. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Marmite. Your mind's really weird. Mark Sargent says a flat earth meetup. No, he put it on his channel for the advert for the Bournemouth flat earth social, because any flat earth event in the world he puts up on his channel. That's all there is. He's not going or anything. I'm going to be there on my own presenting with a lot of other people watching. David Jones, we appreciate you, Lee Van Cleef. We love you very much. Love rain as well, Joe. Oh, it touches your skin. It's really lovely. How's the Spooky 2 Rife machine going? It's on the floor down by there, Jay. I haven't really had a chance to do any of it because it's been like really hot and it's not going together. Like staying, because like it's been really difficult to get asleep and stuff. But now it's gone a bit cooler. I'll crank it up. They want another video anyway. And I'm going to try that remote thing. Seems a bit like black magic, but I'll give it a go. I'm sure it's not. Got to check my Brian. Check your Brian 93 progressive. Check your Brian, bro. Some pigs even eat their own baby pigs too. Oh, thanks, Mr. Mellon. My touching. Oh, fucking hell. Whew. I had a bacon bagel this morning. I feel really not even good shit, really. What am I on about? Don't pretend that your mum's and dad's face. Imagine not. Remember this. Don't know about that, mate. I don't know what it's saying. Anyway, let's back into images. Now, next, we're going to look at kissy monks. Okay, there's something weird going on with. I know some races of people are actually more tactile than others, and like hold hands and kiss one another and stuff. It's all very strange, especially in religion. You know, what was that guy Judas? Yeah, it's a bit of a shit, wasn't he? What'd he do? So I'm not being funny, but if you used to go and grass someone up in the modern days, I'll tell you what, copper, I'll go and give him a kiss. It's never going to happen, is it? But back in the day, it's like, oh, just go and give him a kiss, and then you'll know who he is. So a bit fun. I just don't know. Maybe it's just an Arab thing. I don't even know. Kiss me, Hardy. So, yeah, not that we're going to focus on that, but we're going to look into religion, okay? And its unique perspective in Renaissance art and kissy monks. Now, it's all very confusing. Let's have a look. And it's not all kissy monks. There's other weird stuff going on in here as well. Let's have a look. So I'm thinking that these three have bought these women on Beaver Street or something. They turned up and they're a little bit disappointed. He's like, how much are you paying for these, Reverend? I might be wrong, though. They're dead. Do you know why? Because we're all zombies. We're literally necrophiliacs. It's awesome. Check this out. So I looked into what it was. The demons on his head, okay, he's getting demonically possessed. Demons are telling him shit. The tongue hanging out. So apparently in religion, if you stick your tongue out all the time, like, you're really, really lusty. Okay, let's have a look at the 7 deadly sins. Let's reevaluate, shall we? Lust is not a 7 deadly sin. That is a human emotion, okay? Gluttony is a sin because you end up a fat bastard and dead, okay? Nobody ends up, well, except for death by snoo. No one ends up dead through lust. That's just silly, okay? That's them, isn't it? So what other sins are there? Pride. Well, they have marches now, Pride, where they wear budgie smugglers and stuff in tutus and stuff. Just Pride is not a good thing, is it? So what else is there? Other deadly sins. Sloth. Okay, well, that's just being like lazy. So that's never good, is it? So that's on you, boo. And there's other ones as well. Whatever. Right, use the mother, Virgin Mother. Let's have a look. She's got a halo on. Now, these could be, and my son suggested this, they could be some sort of like battle royale imprisoning device, like where you can't bust out of heaven, otherwise literally your head will blow off like that, just a big cloud of red dust, blood. Yeah. So this orb is a crystal ball, and Jesus has the same orb as the Queen has and other royals, the crucible, the orb. But in this case, it's like a crystal ball, like fortune telling, and he's a prophet. I'm just saying. It's difficult to find the words for what is going on here, guys. I can't really say, but it seems to be a bit of a nibble fest, shall I say, or some sort of bitey orgy, maybe. I don't know. But it seems like they're all, everyone just, I don't know. I don't know. Blessed are the magpies and blessed are the crows, for they will guide us in times of Armageddon, which is now the end times. They will guide us. Now, if the seagulls survive the invasion and don't get cooked on barbecues, there will only be crows left, because crows taste like shit and they won't be barbecued on any fucking kebab. So what you find with crows is they're super intelligent and they like to fly around together. And I think that we should be more in touch with nature and seeing all these beautiful things like trees and crows and stuff, and cats and dogs and other fluffy things as well. Not this fluffy thing. Now, this is obviously a crazy Hegel Dutch creature from the master Hegel, but I'm not sure what it is. Cool. Looks like your mother-in-law. Don't tell her that, though. This is a cool one. Look, he's doing the smell my finger Baphomet thing. Excuse me, did I burp? So, yeah, he's so big that he's got a city on a tray. I'm going to manifest this city in an instant. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe God manifested it all in an instant, like proper creationist. I am a creationist anyway. I think that I'm creating my reality. So yeah, kissy monks. No, I think this is a chick. She got one of those head nets on that you get chicks having. But look at that ginger mop there. Good. So yeah. Apparently, obviously, because we'd all be extinct, yeah, people were doing stuff, kissing and things in the past as well. And now, I always thought that it was angels who liked earthly women. Okay, now you can't fault them in some cases. Mind you, in the modern day, I don't think they're that bothered. But in some cases, angels would be like, she's so beautiful. I think I'll grow myself a willy in this realm and then go and see her. This happens, okay? But it also happens the other way around. You get female angels coming to male angels, okay? These might be these visitations, yeah? Night, they might be angels. Could be demons too. Any of the intrusions happening in the night and there's no one about, it's an angel. Or a demon copping a feel. Now, are we defiled in the night? I don't know. There could be some sort of energetic thing going on, especially if you're hot. Yeah, I'm just saying. Now, what's going on here is the devil who's there with the stone. Okay, it's bread, it is. Now, Jesus, he's gone out into the desert. Only you can safely presume, and there's other people up there as well, that this is in the desert because it's got a big skyscraper in the background and green and all that. But he's getting tempted. And what did he tempt him with? You're starving, aren't you? He's like, well, yeah, I'm fasting. It's like, I've got a lovely bit of bread for you here. It's like, no, thanks. Now, that could be really interpreted as an act of kindness, couldn't it? You know, like a homeless person starving, you buy him a McDonald's. I'm just saying, cook bad press. Oh, this is when Rain Man turned up on a beach. Mercury Humadistus. He came along on a beach. He was an absolute giant, rainbows and everything. Everyone was like, so bright. Attack! I can't. Look at these soldiers. They got wings. He's got like angel knights. So we got to be prepared. He's come out of that hole in the sky. So if that turns up on a beach, you better have your AKs put together. So yeah, more carryings on. What were they up to in the Middle Ages? These hats got a lot to be desired. They were getting in the bath in their budgie smugglers and having a little kiss. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? A wee kissy kissy. Oh, as long as they're happy. Okay, then. You don't know who this is. It's a bit of a ginger person. I know they're annoying, but I don't think you should go to that extent. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart. Bit of target practice. Good job they missed the vitals, isn't it? I think you could survive that. I definitely think you could survive that. You miss all the vital organs. Yeah. Jesus, that was really good shooting. Wow. It's stupid though, isn't it? Remember that story they used to tell us about Nell Gwyn? Nobody can ever remember the bow and arrow and the apple because Nell Gwyn's, you know? So he puts an apple on her head and he's like, shoots the apple. No problemo. Like, I bet in the real world he fucking missed. Yeah. Straight in her head. Nell Gwyn, one shot, dead as a dodo. So, yeah, this is a Renaissance picture. Now, I think there's something sinister going on with these golden things that these sainties have. And look at this evil one. Is that not a zombie? It's horrible, isn't it? Oh, my God. Okay, there it is, close up. Wow. So how come in the Renaissance period, and they're all supposed to be Italian pictures, everyone's ginger or blonde, really? So I think that they're laying the Lord down to rest because you've got a slice there. Oh, so sad. Anyway, they got all like these shiny things on their heads. So did they light up sonoluminescent? Not this one or that one. Who are the nuns? Who are the nuns? They're not even allowed there. Okay, let's have a look over here. Why is he smiling? He's smiling too. Oh, they're all smiling. Shouldn't they be crying? I'm so confused about this world. I won't be confused for long. Giants, anyway. Look at these giants. He's burning himself with a candle to see if he's actually alive. And look at these little people, little angels, and a baby. I think this is Mary and Joseph. I didn't know Joseph was old as fuck. Did you? So, yeah, that's not very stable, is it? It's more of a ruined building from, there's the North Star that the Magi will follow, the Star of Bethlehem. So, yeah, what a start, isn't it? In a shitty old reset ruin. And they were having a sense to see how many people were left as well. So, yeah, no, demonic gin that lick your toes in the middle of the night. So if you're ever laying there and you're like, fucking hell, that's nice. What's that? I didn't know in 1611 they were eating fried eggs. Did you know that? Of course, people have been eating fried eggs forever and ever and ever. I wonder if they got salt on it, a bit of pepper. Be lovely. Real bread that won't bloat you out. Yeah. And then fried eggs. That's actually making me hungry. They look really lovely, don't they? So, yeah, if you didn't know, they were eating fried eggs 500 years ago. I know it's no surprise. Right, you troublemakers, you're out. So Adam and Eve get kicked out of... This is confusing. You have to stick with me on this, guys, okay? Adam and Eve, yeah, get kicked out of heaven, and their penalty is a life of labor and work. Because before they were doing nothing and lazing about all day, eating nothing because they weren't allowed. So there they go, Adam and Eve. The angels kicked them out with his fiery sword. And then they are left to a world of servitude. Stop. They're supposed to be the first human beings. So she is on a loom making wool. So who built the loom? Who made the chair? And Adam is tending the crops in the farm that they have. The baby in the manger there is the baby king, because they had a baby king. Where they buying the stuff if they're the first humans? Where's she buying a loom? She made a loom, did she? They had nothing. She just made a loom, a wheel. Just so stupid. Where did he get his shovel from? Fucking so stupid. Fucking expect us to believe all this rubbish. Anyway, here's another giant. What's he doing? He's walking in the sea in 1601. Wow, he's a whopper. And up that tree is a chicken. I'm hungry again. And, oh, some ribs. And these things, which look like onion rings, they didn't have onion rings in antiquity, did they, guys? Of course they did. Onion ring. Of course they did. Fucking hell. This one's a bit of a shocker. Okay. So back in the day, you may or may not know, the church or the king or the, let's say the sheriff, okay, or the lord, he would send his knights to a new couple's honeymoon to make sure that the business was done. So it's like, it's their wedding night, okay, and they stand there with their swords saying, you got to do the business, bro. So it's not off-putting at all, is it? You know, you get stabbed with a knife. It's weird, isn't it? But, you know, that's what they say happened. I'm not fucking questioning. I'm just saying. It's all very strange, all of it. Gingers again. They're all gingers. Why are they all ginger? Okay, it's just too weird to even comment on. And look at this. Go on, kissy, kissy. And it's like it's demons like pushing their head together like. It's like they can't get on without the demon's help. It's really weird. Maybe the demon is an analogy for some certain drug. Okay, let's have a look at the medieval knights. This is brilliant bit of art. This is for detail. I noticed that there's a face, which is his face. It's in the armor of this knight. I find that really brilliant. So that's another stunning Bregel Dutch master work. But yeah, again, ginger. He's dark though, but like everyone's ginger in the past. Even the Virgin Queen, who is Elizabeth, is a ginger. Now she's Welsh, painfully pale. I would go as far as to say anemic. She's not much of a looker for a Welsh woman either, is she? Usually a lot better than that. Anyway, so this is about, oh look, fully Phoenician with the mermaid. She's got a hand on the new arrival, which is the globe that they invented around that time. And here's the Spanish Armada, but don't worry, I do witchcraft and I've summoned up a tempest. The entire fleet will be smashed on the rocks, which happened apparently. So they said it was a divine thing. It's nothing to do with any technology or witchcraft. Ow. Which is a technology. Oh, don't worry about it, mate. Happens to the best of us. So I reckon magic spells are definitely a thing. People under hypnosis, that'll last a lifetime. So here's baby Jesus. He's going to have a bit of bitty. How is she lactating if she's still a virgin? How she have make producing milk if she hasn't had any? Well, maybe she was pregnant. She was enunciated by Gabriel. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is an interesting little art piece. And Jesus and the babies. Yeah, he's blessing them all. Blessing my baby. Take our babies. Bless them. She's nice, isn't it? All in the medieval period, because that's basically when all this was happening. I think all of human history's happened in the last 800 years, including Jesus. I think that was around 1412. No, a bit earlier, late 1300s. Oh, God almighty. Look at the state of her. But, you know, she's probably really nice. And honest to God, guys, it's not about the looks. It's about the soul, you know, vibration. I know she looks like she's a bit of a snake. So when you died and you were a saint, before they covered you up with a concrete slab, they put you, okay, in mothballs, so you don't get eaten by moths, which is good, because I thought we were going to get eaten by worms if they don't burn you. Well, it should be now, because we got Andy Burnham in as a prime minister, so definitely burn them all. That's going to happen. So yeah, it's all about death, isn't it, with all these fuckers? Wow. It's like, I know, you moaning like a bastard all his life definitely put him there. Look at this. It's like the whole of civilization goes up in flames with fire and brimstone. And nobody in the modern day seems to care. It's like, well, as long as it happens in the past and not now. Well, I'm sorry, but the angels are still there. And guess who causes it? Nice demons. Well, okay, in this one it is, but it's also the angels as well. So this is a tavern in the past. Bit of a shithole, this one, but it's probably all right. And they haven't got a toilet, because there's no toilets in the world, even in a bar. You have to have piss outside. So what they say in the antique world stinks pee. Yes. Hang on, love. I'll just wet it up for you. Oh, go. Now, guess who this is? This is a 500-year-old engraving of Moses. Moses has horns. No, I know. You're going to say, no, Martin, they're not. They're rays of light. Holy light. No, they're not. They're not. He was a murderer. He killed the taskmaster. So he's definitely a murderer. And they were going to kill the firstborn, weren't they, Pharaoh? So literally, they stuck him in a basket. He goes up the river, gets found by like Mrs. Pharaoh's maid or whatever. Next thing you know, he's in the royal household, gets his way up the ladder to famous, yeah, and then goes psycho and takes all of them people in the desert where they get lost for years and years, 40 years, when it only takes 13 hours in a car. Maybe she got a car. Anyway, he has a pair of shades on. A pair of shades that he can see words in this book with, because they're secret words. I think there's a secret glasses and a secret book where you can see the words, because they're secret words. I think. It's interesting, this is. I dig that the painting is of some sort of see-through material with impression of Jesus on it. I get that the painter's done that. But if these referring to what was really existing at the time, how were they doing that? 3D impression like that. I find it really weird for a 500-year-old painting, that one. Anyway, let's move on. Common sight. Yeah, it's really weird, though. Okay, let's move on to my summer flatter day images, because I tell you what, this is not going to be a really long post, because I gotta get stuff done. Zombies. Anyone think zombies are real? Like, as in the dead reanimated? Well, if we are already dead and in hell, that would not really be possible, would it? What about dead people who like have been minging? Now, have you noticed that they're not making any zombie stuff anymore since COVID? I think the last zombie movie was World War Z with Brad Pitt, and then there's no zombie movies. There's no more Walking Dead, no more zombie movies. What they have got is a plethora of surviving in bunker movies like Fallout, Silo, and others. There, loads of them, but no zombies anymore. They're done with them. Because everyone already is, aren't they? A zombie. I definitely think we missed something, but there you go. So published by the author, or Ritty. The author Ritty, this, in Thursday to Monday, September the 3rd, 1666. Interesting. And it was a French fleet spotted off Guernsey. Yeah. They had a little bit of gunnery, 20 guns you killed. and hurt some people there in a little naval battle in 1666. Which I definitely think is a reset date in my head. So there you go again. The angels fancying human women. So they're trying to muscle in on the babes. And they're few and far between anyway in the, you know, because a lot of people are still fast asleep, aren't they, and stuff. They get axed. So yeah, he's like, is this one mine? He's like, yeah, she's been waiting for you, mate. And she's just dolling herself up as they do. She's sitting in the water because she's actually was a mermaid. And as I said, if you're out of the water for a long time, you grow legs. These fuckers came out of the water. The Phoenicians, here they are. You might recognize a few of these. Bacchus is usually there. You've got the Faches underneath. And the old hag eating a human bone. This is cannibalism. And the whole of the world got incinerated with these people or things or whatever they are. So this is a geophys of the hill fort, which is just over by there that I go to regularly, Cairo Hill Fort. I definitely think this thing is a pyramid, and I think there's stuff inside it. I really do. It's hidden by a load of trees, and then when the trees are peeled back, you can see the pyramid contour, and it looks exactly like Glastonbury Tor too. I definitely think there's more going on in there. I think there's great secrets to be found inside there. Right, let's have a look at this unusual picture. Firstly, what is driving the cable car? All right, where's the electric cable overhead, is it? Okay, where's the connection point? Can't see one. And where are the motors? Because even if it's electric, you'd still need some electric motors underneath. Maybe they're under there. But it's driving a load of people. And for all intents and purposes, I can't see any mode of propulsion. And this guy over here is on his mobile phone because nothing new is under the sun. What's happening with the buildings in the background, one can only wonder. So, yeah, not really thinking that that one there could be the cable car. But why can I not see a connector at all? Which is really weird. No connector, Rooney. Okay, then. Let's move on. Casting blocks at the base of the Great Pyramid. Check these out. It's just from an old Victorian. These were on the bottom of the pyramid. The size of them buggers. Indicated by charcoal lines. He painted where the joints were, so to speak, but pretty big. I don't know if I'd even bother going to see the pyramids, really. Not really that bothered. It's a lot of old ruin. Maybe they tarted it up a bit, put some lasers on there, be all right. Paint it up a bit or something, put gold on it. It's fucking ruined. It looks terrible. Entrance to the Hall of Columns and to the subterranean or basement. Look at this, right? So you go in there and it goes under the world. Cool. I would love to go hunting in these places, find some big chunks of gold. So, yeah. So this is a bird's eye view of St. Petersburg. Always usually the same azimuth, same eye perspective on all bird's eye pictures. But St. Petersburg, you can see the Cathedral of St. Catherine's, Winter Palace and other stuff. But look at the star footage. Same as every star fort in America. But this is in Russia. So I think this statue looks like an Afghan there, or an Indian. This statue that was in a cave was actually the right way up when it was produced, I think. Is that old? So thank you for being here. 360 of you. That's really good. Thanks for being here on a Monday. Maybe those tracks work like Scalestrics. Well, they did have a cable underneath the street in San Francisco that had electricity underneath, but they did have pronounced motors and stuff you could see. But that is a possibility, I guess. Underground cables, yes. So yeah, in the past, when they knew Armageddon was coming, which they did, they prepared. Okay, now in this day and age, the elites are preparing because they got money to do so. Everyone else is sitting and waiting for it. So yeah, what they did is they got into sides of mountains because they knew it was going to be fire and flood and everything else. But as you can see, it made no difference because in that vault, they all ended up dead because that is sometimes the case. This was found in Russia. I don't think it's an AI image. It's years old. I had this before ChatGPT was actually a thing. But what you see is a ginormous giant's kneecap, possibly. They dug out of the permafrost, but they say the permafrost got full of, mammoths and other prehistoric creatures. Here's another one of these bunkers. This one's in, as you can see, I'm guessing that's Russian. It is. And that's inside the bunker. You can see that people would have been staying in here, but now it's full of mud and full of rocks, and it's all been smashed. My God, it must have been one big event. Can't even imagine. So which denomination is this then? Or which club is this? Or which cult is this? Remember, culture is culture. So it's confusing, isn't it? Star David, swastika, and Tudor Rose, maybe, I don't know, behind. Seems all of them together, because when I get to it, they're all friends together. No, they're not. No, they're not. Yeah, they are. They are. So Vajra science, yeah, I definitely think when this realm was more electromagnetic and a lot more sparky than it is now, these Vajras come into their own. I bet you if you were in a thunderstorm and there was loads of static, you'd be able to see what a Vajra actually does. Double torus field. Excuse me. An old depiction year from 1575 of what they call then Stonehenge. Now, I'm not sure what the hills are in the background or the castle. They've posed them, or them big rocks there, or the cylinder Saracen stones, because they're not there in the modern day. These Saracen stones are supposed to come from Wales. These don't exist in the modern day, so they're not there anymore. They've been replaced. So yeah, all of that got altered, as you know, in early 1900s and then in the 50s as well. But it's definitely not a complete fake. The stones were there, as you can see. And then later, Turner done a painting, 1700s. I've seen engravings. I got an old book about Stonehenge from 1600s as well. So it was there then. It's not complete fake, but Neolithic, there's no such thing as Neolithic. So this is when they first invented AI, as you can see. Nice little sunburst thing going on there. Supercomputer. Only takes one man to do it. It's making billions of calculations a second. Now, it operates the power plant at Erie Canal, but it does look like a supercomputer, and it could be, in my imagination. So what happened to this Sumerian tunnel was it got covered in filled with mud. They've propped it up there. As you can see, they've dug in. I wonder what they found. I know the Taliban smashed all this stuff up. I don't like Sumerian stuff, do they? They're like, Sumer, no. Of course, the ancient Arab world is not Islamic. That's a new religion that just came along. In the 1800s, they were regarded as Mohammedanism. And then before then, there is a completely different thing going on. More ancient, based on Zoroastrianism and ancient magic. As you know, the Magi were from the East. The Freemasons definitely have a connection with the East, which is why they say, I am a traveler from the East. So, yeah, flying city with English flags all over it in this Renaissance picture. And the angel Gabriel annunciating Mary. But he arrived off a UFO, a floating city, with English flags on it. Right, let's have a look at this giant. The angel's really small
compared to this man. He's got a red cape on, little mini skirt, and he's got some sort of gash in his leg, which is infected and pissing out with blood. So I don't think they had antibiotics, so his days are definitely numbered. She's just letting him know. Joe, you know that's fucked, don't you? It's like, yeah, it hurts. It's like, yeah, we haven't invented antibiotics. We got them in heaven. Have you? Yeah, I got a nice course of antibiotics. What are they? So all medicine is not bad. Antibiotics will save your ass. That's all, though. Okay, let's have a look at these nuns. What they got on their heads. What language is this? Well, it looks like some sort of weird black magic-y stuff. Koleth. Don't say it out loud and unlock ancient passages, Martin. Doors open. So, yeah, fuckers in the past with mobile phones. See a lot of these. Unless he's just scratching his head, of course, but I think he's talking on a mobile phone. This is an interesting picture of some tank traps. Thought I'd pop that in there. Substitute. One of my favorite albums. They always wear really, really awkward trousers and suits in these album covers, as you'll see. Liquid Gold. Look at him. He looks like he might be in some gold and liquid gold. It's embarrassing, isn't it? Oh, the 70s, guys. I tell you what, a lot to be desired. We had mini skirts and upstairs on buses. Put them two equations together, guys, when you're a little kid. The rough, let's have a look at the Rathburns. Let's see what they're all about. Featuring, I've tasted and I know the Lord is good. Okay. So what else did you do? 1, I tried everything. Oh, okay. I found a better way. Okay. That's a personal thing, but we know where you're going. The next one, heard footsteps in the middle of the night. Oh, dear. Calvary will be my refuge. Okay. We got a pub up the road called the Calvary. You want about that? Anyway, that day is almost here. Something to look forward to then, isn't it? I've gone the way of wrong. Me too. Feels good, doesn't it? How can it be? If it feels so good, how can it be wrong? It's only wrong if anyone only finds out. I love you, Jesus. Okay, that's good. Let's all sing a song about him. Okay. Break me down so I can build me up again. So break me down. So like mind control me, beat the shit out of me, and then bring me back up again. Okay, this is what they're into, is it? I've tasted. I know it's good. Okay. Loving your face. Cuddles with Craig. Now look how cruel this is. Nobody cry. No crying allowed on Flat Earth British. But Craig Douglas has kidnapped all of these little bears. Look at the face on him. That bear's got a face like something bad has happened to him, guys. In fact, they all look really unhappy, especially this bear here. And look at his face. That bear he's telling you all. Poor little bear. Now, let us thank him. Now, I want to inspect this group, okay? I'm not sure that actually, maybe she's a female, but come on, guys. Is that a female? I love these psychedelic waistcoats, though. I wouldn't mind a psychedelic waistcoat like that. But what is the hair? Is this a beehive? Oh, beehive. So, yeah, nothing scarier than the Holland trio, as you can see. Okay. No, this is scarier. The miracle at my house. She had a miracle at her house. She brought a child back from the dead. But it's okay because she got one of these Indian club things to club her later. So, yeah. Wow. Phew. Nancy's interesting. Look at Nancy. Look at the way she's looking at you or him. It's like it's going to eat you. Nancy Hammond's double portion album. Okay. Supersize Me, Jesus. The Holy Ghost and a side of fries. Let the Spirit fill my belly. Let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. So when they was deciding this album cover, there's no like all of the underlying, sexual connotations. They wasn't aware of that, was they? Nancy's double portion. Anyway, nobody's believing that all of that fuel is going in there, are they? So apparently, yeah, according to the Airbus A380 specifications, each wing can hold 38,500 gallons in each wing. Okay, so this is a fueler. It's got 10,000 gallons in it there, look. Yeah, so apparently each one of them is going in them wings there. When you can see all the avionics and all the machinery and there's no tanks in there, you can see. It's a bit of a swizz, isn't it? I want cheaper air tickets. Right, what's he looking at? What's crapping in? I don't know. Fucking hell. That's what this blog's about, trying to find out what's crapping in. I know, that's what I'm like in the morning. You got to be careful. Or just putting random words in. You could like literally hack the NSA accidentally, and a bomb started going off. Here's a little song I wrote. It's called Wake the Fuck Up, People. You're all gonna die. So let's have a look at this Japanese tattooed woman. So my son's bought a tattoo gun. He's gonna tattoo himself. He's gonna tattoo me. I want a flat earth, British flat earthy. Oh, I got one of them. Maybe a little sigil, a little bit of magic, a little bit of protection, magic. I like that as well. I wouldn't have that on my mind's eye, but that's definitely interesting. She don't look happy, but she hasn't seen a camera before. But yeah, fuck, tattoos are very popular right now. There's tattoo parlors everywhere. Now, I didn't know Big Bird was as big as that. Did you know Big Bird was as big as that? I used to love Sesame Street when I grew up. So here's Walt Disney. I know he's laying on ice, but they're going to bring him back. Now they have like adult sex films and stuff on Disney. I'm not sure if they got an adult Disney Nasty channel or whatever it is, but I couldn't believe it. It was on Prime the other day. It was like, gay stuff, and I was like, "Is this Disney?" It's like, fucking hell, what if a kid like literally didn't even know because he got Disney on and put this on, and there's all like nasty. Fucking hell. So yeah, he's like, I'm building this palace. I'm going to filter millions and millions of people through every single year and take their money. And we'll have cartoon characters. Brilliant idea. Well done. But he's not got the Adolf Hitler's about him. I'm sorry. He's got a much more square head. I don't think Adolf Hitler is Walt Disney, guys. I don't. Yeah, they are producing globes in the past. This is the globe manufacturing department at the Tavistock Institute. These are going out into the general population for mind control. So you think you're on a spinning watery ball, which is very, very peculiar notion indeed. Oh, in a vacuum space. Okay. No one has friends over for a microwave. Yeah. You coming over mine for a microwave? Yeah, let's have a microwave. Doesn't happen, does it? I love a barbecue. I haven't had one this year at all. Fancying dirty burgers all week. So 100 years ago, they were talking about, around Boston town, they were talking about the flat earth. Is the earth shaped like a cold buckwheat cake? I don't know what that is. Or is it an actual, accept the theory of philosopher Aaron F. Hill, who thinks that it's flat and there's an ice wall all around. And they have like people going around there saying nothing but ice, space and darkness up here. And this one's saying, that is the edge of the world up there. And this one's saying nothing but ice and space. So they're sort of saying like a bit brainwashy that there's nothing going on elsewhere. But they're saying the rest of it is true. The world is flat, has mountains of ice around the brim, 18 stationary. So there's what they're saying, mountains and ice. So I think that it could be the case, but I definitely think there's more going on outside. Because they say there's nothing there. God, this was Emerson's bad night. He's laughing. He's thinking it's a good thing. I used to really like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Greg Lake's dead now, and it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, fucking hell. When I was young, I was thinking, how come they're filling stadiums when they haven't even got a singer and he just plays keyboards and there's only 3 of them? So I started listening to him. I was like, oh my God, they're amazing. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. So yeah, if you blow or kick a dandelion, it's a high possibility, or if you click his head off, Daddy went to bed and his head popped off, that you will wet the bed. That's what I was told when I was young. Which is weird because I've never ever wet the bed, and I've definitely done a load of daffodil damage because all of the fairies go off in the air, and like literally I'm planting thousands of dandelions. They're spraying these so you don't eat them because they are really good for you. But look at the fractal geometry in that. It's almost cymatic, isn't it? Super beautiful. Fractal again. God, nature rocks. You're going to get down to the detail. Blow your mind. Yeah. So this is interesting here. Science proved Rishi was right. A comparison of the similarities between Sri Yatar Mandala and a tonoscope picture of an Om sound. And Sri Yanta Mandala is 1,000 years old, and it's exactly the flower of life and exactly the same vibration as you get on a telescope, on an oscilloscope, on an Om sound, which they knew about vibration and they knew about cymatics in the past. That far ago. So in the Bible, it's like really weird this is. I was thinking about this as well last night. I was thinking, fuck no. So this is in Romans 13. Oh, the bloody Romans. Respect for authority. All right, this sounds like really dodgy stuff. Obey the government. What, like the ones that hid all of the stuff about Jimmy Savile government, is it? For God is the one who put them there. So God is responsible for Keir fucking Starmer, is it? And Margaret Thatcher. God made devils. All governments have been placed into power by God. Wow, that's fantastic. Does that include the regime of North Korea and the concentration camps of China? Did God do them too? So those who refuse to obey the laws of the land are refusing to obey God, and punishment will follow. So you've got to obey your government or you're going to be punished. It says in the Bible. Whew. Wow. For the authorities do not frighten people who are doing right. Okay, so as long as you're towing the government policy and the government line, not doing anything wrong, like thinking for yourself or telling the truth, then all will be all right. So basically, shut the fuck up. So do what they say, because they're appointed by God, and you will get along well. This sounds very 1984. Are we sure this is the Holy Bible? The authorities are sent by God to help you. Ka-ching! But if you are doing something wrong, what, me? Of course, you should be afraid. Yeah, I'm afraid. For the punishment will be very bad indeed. Oh, right. Okay. You mean worse than it is now? For fucking brilliant. The authorities are established by God for the very purpose to punish those who do wrong. So you must obey the government for 2 reasons. Just not feeling one word of that. So, yeah, like I said in the past, there was a lot more electrical happenings, but also in the nature of lightning. And these always get me, stories of fireballs. One went through my nana's house, dodged everybody, ducked out the way of my mother, rolled down the path, rolled down the street, jumped into the canal and exploded. So it was conscious. And it was aware enough not to splatter my mother. But yeah, it looked exactly like that ball of light. Can you imagine seeing that? So this is an interesting little implement. It's called the prognosticator. The Tempest prognosticator housed leeches. And the leeches would tell us what the weather was. They were natural barometers, they were called. There they are there. So the leeches would tell us when it was going to rain by curling up, I guess, or whatever, like cows laying down. That'd be another way of telling the weather, and you wouldn't have to build all that caper then. But it looks like a carousel as well. Got crowns on it. The prognosticator. What a lovely word. Prognosticate. Oh, I love to prognosticate. I'm a bit of a prognosticator, me. Oh, I love a good prognosticator. So, yeah, November. And what you see here is Mercury in his dog form with a caduceus and a couple of horned, look like ladies, maybe, on a Roman mosaic. It's a bit weird, this Mercury story. He's a bloke in a miniskirt and he's a dog, and the version in Thoth, Trismegistus, all of that magical stuff that spins off that story. So, yeah, the Kaiser Wilhelm in Berlin. Check that for a helmet. Nice shiny helmet. So, yeah, I seen a little caption on Facebook the other day. I can't remember who posted it, but they were talking about the Aboriginals said that there was a great civilization in Australia, but it's deep, deep, deep under the desert, like a mile down or something. There's a great civilization. I can't imagine this giant landmass being unoccupied. You got all them cities later, but I mean older than that again. You know, I think that's all under there. But they don't tell you or show you that there was a great ocean, a great sea in the center in the days since this map was produced. It's all filled in now. So that was, you know, it's all green up there. Anyway, it's the jungly bit. I think it's a giant aquifer that's probably still under there. Yeah, it wouldn't be interesting. There's so much, you know, mined material there from giant trees, possibly. Like, so I'm not sure about this image. I dug it up years ago. He seems to have weird legs going on, or a leg there. But, you know, he's a big chap, isn't he? Maybe they had him to build the railway tunnel. Who even knows? Looks like a giant. What do you think? So this is an interesting question, what I was wondering. It's not as complicated as I thought it was going to be, but I was wondering about, you know, all of the clothes from the 18th century. I'll show you some examples in a minute. The ruffs, the unbelievable silks, and the unbelievable clothing. I wondered where they were buying them. Okay, is there like shops like in modern day selling clothes? No, not exactly. They had they sold material, and then they employed dressmakers and milliners, which made hats and stuff, all very expensive. The ordinary working people bought their clothes on market stalls in the street. The rest, who had a bit of money, would, I'll show you in a minute. So obey, like it says in the Bible. Never trust your own eyes. Don't trust your eyes. Your eyes lie. Believe what you are told. That's what they wanted you to do in 2020. And that's what they want you to do all the time. If you're into the mainstream, you watch the news all day and listen to the brainwashing, it must be really bad. You must be living in a real bad world of fear. And feeling ill with it, I imagine. Let's unlock that. So the baby Jesus and Mary. This is in the Barcelona Plaza del Rey. Oh, Del Rey, like the beach in LA. And you've got a beautiful water feature. I think these things with the fountain of youth and a bit of old, what looks like Roman stuff. Nice little picture. So this old building here in Barcelona looks very Gaudi-like. What would the windmill be generating, or what would it be doing? Grinding wheat? Generating electricity, maybe. Pumping water up, maybe. Interesting, they got windmills on the tops of houses in the past, isn't it? Welcome, LVK. Good to see you. Welcome, all of you. I'm going to be back in chat in a minute, and I'm going to be wrapping up this as soon as all of these images go, and then I'll show you what I'm up to in the very near future. So I really don't like not posting for a week, but super duper hot. So yeah. Oh yeah, I like just like that. It's a good little image. It's a pepper, isn't it? Very nice. Or flower. Yeah, so they used to have stage happenings or stage shows, I'm guessing engravings, where Lucifer and the demon Fuego. There you go. Let's have a look. And then you got the heavenly hosts with swords and laurel leaves, going to offer the new leaders special little ring. That's all there is. A laurel leaf is a ring, isn't it? The owl and the two candles, very Masonic, and the X code. And he's got the glasses on. Does that make him smarter? Probably. And galloping through the woods in the past, you'd have a leafy woman on a unicorn. Probably. Let's have a look at Diablo. What's Devil doing? He's okay. So everyone gets judged. If you're bad, they're going to chuck you in a fiery pit where you got all of these like things happening in hell. That's what they say. But you know who tells us that? The Roman Catholic Church. And you know, or the church. They know some stuff. Look at this. Got the all-seeing eye. Sort of Masonic handshake, I guess. And the plasma bars. But they are, it's sun worship anyway. All of it is, isn't it? They know exactly who the sun is. Sun is Satan. The Great Wheel here in Blackpool. This was in Blackpool. I haven't seen this with my own eyes. It was gone by the time I'd gone to Blackpool in the late 70s. But look at the size of the carriages. This is like the one they had in Chicago's World Fair. And other places. Just massive, though. Why is it not there anymore? I don't know. Interesting. So this was a Russian invention. Obviously, it was never used. It was a navigational tool for spaceships. And apparently they were using a globe when they were in space. So space isn't there. That was never used. It's interesting to think the silly shit that they actually made. Like they do. So let's have a look at Hugh Hefner. I thought he never had a willy, but I don't know. So he employed these women to just hang around him, look yummy all day, smell good, with his $1 billion, if he had $1 billion. The man's, that's a genius. Bleeding trees that bleed. Sad, isn't it? Don't cry. It's all good. So I have done a post about this. I'm doubting the authenticity of Tutankhamun's tomb. There's something going on with it. There's supposed to be thousands of things, great treasures, blah, blah, blah. This is his chariot, okay? And if you look at the wheels for the chariot, they're smashed and broke. So either that's down to grave robbers, okay? If the grave robbers was in there, they broke wheels. What else did they steal? This thing was full of gold. It had the mask of Tutankhamun, all of this caper. You know, Desires, just loads of stuff, drugs, everything, which he's going to take to the afterlife. And these are broke. So I'm thinking, grave robbers, why didn't they nick all the expensive stuff? I'm thinking they just put all of this in there. I think it's a psyop. I really do. The Howard Cat story, all of it. It's just, it's too convenient. I think it's a psyop. So I'm very skeptical also of what they tell us is under the sea, you know, these mid-Atlantic ridge. Apparently we laid a cable across this mountain ridge all the way to Newfoundland, the Great Eastern, they say. And, the Azores, Cape Verdes, and then all of these deeps, and then this mountain range, which doesn't come up above the surface. Mountains bigger than Everest, they say. And the abyssal plain of Argentina. So Argentina are really spoiled lately. I don't know what's going on with them. They go acting really arrogant. And that sort of arrogance never goes down well for anyone, actually, thinking they're like really, really brilliant, chocolate and all that. And the performance for them in the World Cup and the anti-British sentiment concerning the Falkland Islands. Now, I had a guy literally come up the gangway, tried to murder me in Tenerife concerning I was like, what? Do you mean the Falklands? He went, no, my Venus. And I'm in a fight with him. A fight for my life, actually. It's just really dangerous. So I have got a skin in the game as well. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't put up with that. Fucking hell. A cheek. So yeah, this is the Pacific. It's massive body of water. And then you got this big Sunrise Trench, the Wrangell Abyssal Plain. Funny how they say it's a plain, because it all is a plain. And it says there, North Pole. North Pole. So that is under the Arctic Ocean. That's where the North Pole is. And there's all of this. Fletcher Abyssal Plain, 12,000 feet. Okay, so that's northern Canada. Franz Joseph Islands. So all of that's supposed to be where the Hyperborean is. Wow. Yeah, I wonder what it all looked like, the Earth with all the water gone. I often think it. Wow. It looks like it's been scratched by a big machine. The Abyssal, the Arabian Sea. Okay, it's in between Arabia. Wow, and it goes like that into the Indian Ocean. Shit, they're big. Look at that. And look at the cliff off of Madagascar. So you just go a little bit off Madagascar. Boof, the Madagascar Basin. The Natal Basin. And it goes down to the Kerguelen Islands. I'm not aware of them. Wow. Look at that. Let's go over by here to Australia. So how are they doing this and how are they mapping it? Well, I'm guessing geophys, but, you know, with the depths of these seas, miles down and stuff, 3 miles down in some cases and more, I can't imagine how they're doing it, but they say that that's down under there. We got to take their word for it. I don't know. So why is it called the Midwest then? Anybody know? Because it's not even in the Midwest. The Midwest would be by here. But today, that's the middle bit. But it's all over that side. I don't know. Nothing makes sense. So apparently in the past, they had fleets of ships in the sky, sailing in the sky sea. Good to see you, Truth Seeker Manny. Welcome to Flat Earth British. So this is in World War II, 1942 in London. But this person's looking at here. Built in 1910, bombed in 1917, built back again in 1920, and then you get to 1942 and it's back bombed again. It's been destroyed twice in 100 years by the same people. The Germans, they say. So yeah. Oh, that's what I do, me. I'm brilliant at that. Putting my foot in my mouth. Brilliant. So yeah, these clothes I'm on about. Oh my God. What is the matter? Yeah, it's got a strange ruff around the head. But I did wonder where they were getting these clothes from. It must have been like some specialist shop like. But apparently all of the shops have, Napoleon said Britain was a country of shopkeepers. So it must have been full of shops then. Look at the ruff they used to have on their shoes of lace. You get lace done by a milliner as well as hats, apparently. So here is Babylon the Great. There she is. Oh, Babylon, some regarded to, but she's a queen in medieval costumes. She's got a 7-headed hydra, load of demons working for her. Look at her feet, hoofy woofies. But there she is. She has the Holy Grail. She's looking very, very middle-agey and very, very religious and queeny. But there she is, Queen Babylon, in the Book of Revelation. The most expensive painting in the world, which is Salvador Mundi of Jesus Christ with the X code again. But what he has is a crystal ball. And as you know, crystal balls are used for seeing the future and being a prophet. Nostradamus used them, and he used smoke. So yeah, this is where they got the clothes from in the past. Material like that, like they do in India and stuff. And then you have your clothes designed. That's why no two dresses were the same, no two suits were the same. It was all individual. And then they used to have these tailors knocking them up all night long. Amazing. Should do that now. I'd like handcrafted clothes, beautifully made. I really would. All silk and stuff. So that's what they did. Give plenty of people something to do. Beautiful clothes. But like I said, the common people, they bought those on stalls down Petticoat Lane. So yeah, in Ohio and other states in America, they used to have an event, and even this is a Texas company, and what they did was smash trains together at 90 miles an hour. California State Fair here, 1970. So 40,000 people would watch this. They get old steam trains, obviously no driver on them, and have them hurling together and having a. It was something to watch. They didn't have the internet back then, did they? I'd watch that. I'd love it. I bet it sounds amazing. Two trains smashing together. Totally done with that. This is interesting. Now, they say 90% of Saxon gold is buried still under the ground, but they've had a few hoards in the past, like the Sutton Hoo hoard and other hoards in the southern counties of Britain. And this is supposed to be from the Saxons, the Germans, and they're really into like Nordic, Celtic banding, beautiful gold work. But what I didn't know is they were into orgonite. These are orgonite units as well, solid gold. And even beautiful lazuli there, and beautiful glazes. Orgonite pyramids. Saxon orgonite pyramids. Charged. Like, I've got one of these. This is an orgonite pyramid. Apparently 1,000-year-old talks. Lovely banding. Beautiful. I love the style on it all in the red. Absolutely fantastic. But orgonite pyramids, man. They destroyed that technology, all right. You don't want you to know about that. So some people got to be careful what they manifest. Apparently, this was busy in the skies in antiquity. This Jeepers Creepers chick, and then she's nicking people, and then they're trying to get it down. So and a cow as well, and all sorts going on there actually. So she's got lizards in her hair like a gorgon, or snakes, and wings. I explained that to you earlier. I think you should stick with this. It's good advice, actually. But free will is a tricky subject. I don't think we got free will, actually. Not in every case. But in this case, we have free will to decide if we're going to be living in victim mentality, scarcity mind, see mistakes, complain about everything, or taking accountability to create a different reality, abundance mindset, seeing lessons, and grateful, and find joy in the little moments. That's my advice for today. I have plenty more advice as well. But so this is tomorrow in Bournemouth. I'll be there tomorrow doing a presentation. Flat Earth Social is a 4-year-old. Come and join for a night of celebration. We have Martin Litka presenting his new material, When Living Buildings Heal Us. And we'll take a walk down Flat Earth Social Memory Lane. Been a lot of things happening over the years. I've been to quite a few of these anniversaries, and that is in the Bridge House Hotel. Postcode's there if you're making any arrangements to go down to the seaside tomorrow, and I'll be there. So that's me for the week. Okay, just short of 400 of you watching. Thank you for being here. This has been your host, Martin Van Cleef. Martin Lee Van Cleef. What are you saying? Good to see you. Okay. So that's my advice so far. Obviously, in this simulation, people there think Sig Saucer is definitely in the mindset of it being a sim. I'm undecided about anything in my personal experience, but I definitely think it's got holographic principles. So, shit. Marianne, Oh, frick. Isabel, good to see you, my friend. When I was a child, I would get into trouble for knowing things that were just apparent to me until I learned not to tell everything you know. Don't give your magic away. Exactly. I did exactly the same, man. I was like, oh, well, tell them. And then sometimes it got spooky anyway, and you get all scared then. So it's 90 degrees there, is it? We haven't got AC in Britain. That's somebody. Somebody got a contract to fit 60 million units in Britain. I'll earn a good bit of money. So anonymous, good to see you. Awesome. Thank you for being here. That's my son, Lawrence. Shiny, shiny. I love a bit of Saxon gold myself. Gold is very nice. Stephanie, do you like that? Stephanie, good. Thank you. They did. Mr. Mapa Bob, good to see you. Thank you for being here. And Maximus is in the house as well. She's got those shifty eyes. I noticed that. They're too close together, aren't they? And a bit cockeyed as well, aren't they? Got to watch him. Got to watch him, just in case. If the wind changes, you go cockeyed if you're doing it. Sorry to hear that India is not well. Yeah, send him India big loves. I did hear she was off and done well. And I have said shouts out there. If she's still watching, I don't know where she is. But yeah, I noticed India Wilson, Holistic Media, is gone quiet because she's a bit unwell, which we send her big love to. Looks like this place is the moon hit by the Earth. Very, very possibly, but I doubt it because I don't think they're actually planetary bodies per se or solid objects per se in the sky. I don't think that at all. Lace making is fascinating to watch. It is. It is, Kate. It is. So I've been talking for 2.5 hours now. I didn't expect that. So thank you for being here. What's that? Perverts, Matty. I'm a pervert and a peeking Tom. Through a hole, I watched your mom. Manny. Yeah, I know they are. David Gray's in the house, giant man. And how is India? So, yeah, send her a love if anyone sees her. I haven't heard from her anything. Oh, God. Somebody shitting for other channels. I'm sure that they don't go in their chat and say, oh, go and watch Martin's channel. So that's weird. If it did, it wouldn't be there long. Okay. Funny that. Thank you. Marianne's talking to Maximus, having a nice private conversation. I'll butt in. So yeah, thank you for being here. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope some of this is helpful for you. I'll give some more of my spiritual experience on this spiritual journey that we're going through for so many years now. Made mistakes, great triumphs too. And I'm at this stage now where I feel that I can share what I have learned. Okay, especially with people in victim mentality. That's something that drives me mad on a personal level, dead dogging and all the rest of it. Just get on with it, good or bad. It doesn't even matter. Thank you, son. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my strange medieval pictures, kissing monks and stuff. Weird. Anonymous threat. Is it anonymous threat music? I think you're aptly named. Stick with the positive, not just shit stirring. I haven't seen you before much. Banana mango, carrot, and honey puree. That's beautiful. I'm hungry. I'll have to sort my belly out. Okay then. Peace and love to you all. Be good. Wiggly flat thumbs. And I'll do some shorts and show you what it's like in this place I'm going tomorrow anyway, and keep you all informed of things Flat Earth British. Okay. Your pony chicks. Healing for holistic media, including the love and power rays of light and healing for another light worker. Big loves to India. She's out there somewhere. Maybe she's watching now. Can't get on the keyboard. So big loves to you, India. Sending big hugs and kisses. And Liddy's in the house with a little sunshine. Thank you, Liddy. Octopus red waving, popcorn yellow, strip smile. My head just exploded all over the wall. Thank you, Laura. Good to see you as well. And Hugh. Thou shalt shit, not shit stir. Indeed. Thank you for that. Indeed. Anyway, I'm going. See you on the next one. I won't be gone then 9 days. Okay.
the next time. But there has been reasons, but I'm not a moaner, so I'm not telling you. Mikey, stay silly and stay epic and stay positive. Okay, positive mindset wins your day. See you on the next one.